Brothers and sisters of Africa, and friends tuning in from every part of the globe, welcome once again to Voice of Africa, the channel where the continent's light shines with pride, where progress takes center stage, and where the story of African innovation, resilience, and achievement is told with the dignity it deserves. Today, we celebrate not just a project or a facility, but a symbol of Africa's new dawn, the awe-inspiring Dangote Refinery. This landmark achievement stands as a shining example of what Africa can accomplish when vision meets determination, and when resources are transformed into engines of opportunity for generations. At first glance, it may appear to be only a refinery, a sprawling complex of steel, pipelines, and state-of-the-art machinery, but in truth it represents much more. It is a declaration that Africa is stepping firmly into its role as a producer, an innovator, and a leader in the global industrial landscape. With an incredible refining capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, this refinery is one of the largest in the world. That scale alone is remarkable. Yet what makes it truly inspiring is the philosophy behind it. The desire to transform Africa's natural wealth into finished products that benefit both Africans and the world at large. For decades, the story of oil in Africa has often been the same. Crude oil extracted on African soil was shipped abroad, and refined products were imported back at great expense. This cycle drained economies and limited the full benefits that citizens could enjoy from their own resources. But today, the story is changing. With the Dangote Refinery, Africa has shifted from exporting raw crude to exporting refined products of world-class quality. It is not just an industrial achievement. It is a rewriting of history. The results are already tangible. In its early operations, the refinery has delivered millions of barrels of refined products to both African nations and international markets. Jet fuel, petrol, and diesel, refined on African soil, are now being used in countries as diverse as Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, and Angola, while shipments have also reached destinations as far as Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Every shipment carries with it more than energy. It carries a message of Africa's capacity, Africa's excellence, and Africa's rightful place in the global supply chain. Think for a moment about the significance of this achievement. For over a century, Africa imported refined petroleum while exporting its crude. Now, planes flying across continents, trucks driving across borders, and industries powering their production are doing so with energy refined in Africa. This is not just about fuel. It is about dignity, independence, and global recognition. The scale of this refinery is breathtaking. Spanning over 2,600 hectares in the Lekki Free Zone, it is one of the most advanced industrial complexes ever built in Africa. Every system, from its refining units to its safety controls, is managed using cutting-edge digital technologies. Efficiency, reliability, and environmental standards are embedded in its design, making it not a relic of the past, but a blueprint for the future. The economic impact is equally transformative. For Nigeria, the refinery reduces the heavy financial burden once spent on importing fuel. For Africa as a whole, it retains more value within the continent, spurring growth in industries, services, and job creation. Thousands of skilled workers, engineers, technicians, operators, and service providers are already benefiting. But the impact does not stop there. The refinery also produces vital petrochemicals, such as polypropylene, which feed into industries like plastics, textiles, and manufacturing. These ripple effects support industrialization and innovation, helping Africa diversify its economy in sustainable ways. Energy security is another key benefit. With such vast refining capacity, African nations no longer have to rely entirely on external sources for their fuel. This means greater price stability, reliable energy for industries, and more certainty for households and businesses alike. Airlines, transport companies, and entrepreneurs can now depend on an African-made energy source, a game changer for development and planning. Beyond the economic and industrial benefits, the refinery also carries profound symbolic value. It is proof that Africa can execute megaprojects of global scale, meeting the highest standards of engineering and management. For the continent's youth, it sends a powerful message. No dream is too ambitious, no project too large, and no goal too distant. It stands as a living classroom of innovation, discipline, and vision, one that will inspire generations of African students, professionals, and entrepreneurs. This spirit of achievement extends beyond one country. Plans are already underway to expand regional cooperation through storage hubs in Namibia, designed to serve countries such as Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This development highlights a crucial lesson. Africa is strongest when African nations support each other. By sharing resources and building trade within the continent, we not only strengthen economies, but also deepen the bonds of Pan-African cooperation. It is also important to appreciate the contrast this refinery represents on the global stage. Across Europe and other regions, older refineries are shutting down due to rising costs and aging infrastructure. Meanwhile, Africa is building something new, modern, and visionary. At a time when others scale back, Africa pushes forward. This symbolizes growth, renewal, and a determination to shape the industries of tomorrow rather than rely on yesterday's models. But the Dangote Refinery is not an isolated success. It is part of a broader transformation sweeping across the continent. Alongside this mega-project, Africa is building high-speed railways that connect cities, universities that nurture future leaders, technology hubs that rival global giants, and renewable energy initiatives bringing power to rural communities. Together, these projects weave a larger narrative of progress and possibility. The refinery's greatest gift may be the mindset it cultivates. It challenges the notion of limitation and instead affirms the reality of possibility. It encourages young Africans to dream boldly, to innovate, and to take ownership of their continent's future. By turning raw resources into refined wealth, it shifts Africa's role from being a supplier of raw materials to being a creator of finished value. Imagine the ripple effects across sectors. Students pursuing engineering now have a living example of world-class infrastructure at home. Entrepreneurs see proof that ambitious ventures are not only possible, but achievable. Communities witness that African soil can host projects of global significance. This is more than infrastructure. It is an inspiration. The Dangote Refinery is like the mighty baobab tree, rooted deeply, stretching wide, and offering shelter and opportunity for generations. It will provide energy, jobs, and industrial inputs, but above all, it offers hope. Hope that Africa's future will be shaped by African hands. Hope that the continent will continue to rise with dignity, confidence, and creativity. And this is only the beginning. Across the continent, from east to west and north to south, stories of progress are unfolding every day. Africa is building, innovating, and creating, not as a follower, but as a leader. So let the story of the Dangote Refinery remind us all. Africa's time is now. The continent is not waiting for tomorrow, it is shaping today. Each milestone adds to a growing tapestry of progress, resilience, and excellence. And for every young African listening today, remember this: you are part of this story. Your creativity, your innovation, and your determination are vital to the continent's ongoing transformation. Africa is no longer standing on the sidelines. We are in the arena, contributing, leading, and inspiring. The Dangote Refinery is proof of that reality. It is not just a refinery. It is a symbol of Africa's strength, Africa's pride, and Africa's boundless potential. This is Africa's moment. This is Africa's century. And the light of progress is only beginning to shine brighter. Long live African innovation. Long live African resilience. And long live the spirit of progress that continues to rise across our beloved continent.